everyone, it's Bob from Acme Salt Company. Welcome today as we get to make a whole bunch of different cool foods. The first thing we're making today is a basil oil that we're going to use for a grilled shrimp dish later on. This basil oil works really well with any and all lighter meats. So it's great with seafood, scallops, shrimp, those kind of things. Also works really well on chicken. So today we're going to take you through that process. We have in this bowl fresh spinach leaves, also fresh basil, of course, and a little bit of parsley. There'll be a garlic clove in with the olive oil and some of the Acme seasoned salt mix, our everyday stuff. This stuff right here inside of there as well. So for that, we need to first blanch the basil, and the greens themselves. And this allows the green to come out even more. The vibrant greens that are inside of all that, the chlorophyll that's inside brings it up and out, obviously. So the blanching part goes with that. So we have on the stove, we have a pot of hot water, and guess what? We're gonna add the greens to that very quickly. We just give them a quick little stir. Perfect, just like that. It's a very quick action with boiled water, then over to the sink itself. We have shocked down the basil leaves. We're getting them super cold. The next thing is we'll drain them again and we'll wring those out to make that super dry, because that's what we want. We want the green action to stay inside of there as well. And we're getting everything cold on purpose, so when we blend it, friction is going on in here with this little machine as we go along. And we don't want that friction creates heat, which creates color loss, and that's what we don't want to do. So from here, we will take it and back to the stove or back to the sink, and we'll drain them out and get them all dry. Yep. Okay, so we've gotten all the basil leaves out, and like I said, what we want to do is make sure that we wring out all of the liquid itself. We'll end up with something a little wild, just like that. All right, then it's a matter of putting all the ingredients together into the blender, pureeing it up, and we're ready to go. So we'll start with, again, the basil and the spinach into the bottom. And then with this, 2 cups of olive oil, 1 clove of garlic, and about a teaspoon or so of the Acme seasoned salt mix. Okay, so everything's ready to go. We have, again, all our ingredients inside of there. We're just going to pulse this. Okay, basil oil is ready to go. So we talked before about marinated grilled shrimp, and guess what? Here's the shrimp that we're going to use right now to marinate. So beautiful color there. We're making sure we use a liberal amount to get the shrimp nice and coated. And these can sit upwards of 24 hours in the marinade itself. Lend a beautiful basil flavor to them. Pro tip, these are skewers that we put the shrimp on themselves. We soak these overnight in hot water on purpose. That creates, we're going to be grilling these things, of course, and what we want to make sure is by putting them, getting them super soggy, they don't burn, the tips don't burn or whatever else also. So anything you're using, there's a skewer that you can put on the grill itself, even on the stove itself. Soaking those skewers overnight really helps out in the burning part of that. It slows it down, slows the process down really well. All right, there we are. So basil oil marinated shrimp. Okay, so we had earlier grilled the bread for our grilled bread croutons, and now we're just going to chop them all up, getting ready to finish up our grilled shrimp salad with the bread croutons. So again, we have nice little slabs of this. What I usually like to do is, and everybody's got their own size they'd like to have them. As you can see, I cut that long ways, basically, and then we're going to go and cut smaller pieces. Always as a guide, you want to be able to use something that, hey, will this fit on the spoon? Something like that. Otherwise, it's such a big hunk, it's too hard to get into your mouth as you go along. So, good tip for something like that. So we're chopping them up in small pieces like that. We'll do this one next. These things are delicious. Great smells of grilled bread is really delicious. Love them in salads. Again, crostinis, whatever else too. Super well with Acme all-purpose seasoning mix. Again, try these out when you're ready, just for great salads for summertime or whatever as well. It works super well. So again, try these out. They're delicious. Love them in any summer salads you may have, those kind of things. Great for crostini, grilled bread croutons, delicious. Hey, Bob Fleener again, Acme Salt Company. Here are 24 hours later the grilled shrimp we talked about with, excuse me, with this basil oil. That we said today's the day. We're going to cook them off and have a beautiful salad that goes with this kind of thing. Great summery kind of a thing. It's a lunch, it's a dinner. Works great for just having these by themselves without the salad itself. Delicious flavors the basil oil does with shrimp and whatever else. Scallops works great with any kind of shellfish for the most part. Again, using the severe salt mix. So what we're going to do is we're going to grill today. So I'm heating up the pan right now, the cast iron pan, to cook these in, and then we'll show you the assembly of all the things together, making this summer salad that's delicious. Okay, so we'll jump right in. This is come to high heat. Obviously, I've turned it down to about medium-ish or so. The basil oil themselves, this works great for outside the grill, because it's outside and it's going to smoke for sure. Once the basil oil gets onto this thing right here, watch a decent amount of smoke that comes up. Not in a dangerous way, but just be aware the outside works better. Okay, as we're getting ready to put these on the grill, they work better in the barbecue outside, of course, and because of the basil oil themselves, they'll smoke a decent amount. So we're turning it down and toning it down a little bit some in here on purpose to not create a bunch of smoke. Outside is the best way to go with that deal. Also, the skewers themselves, as we soaked, you saw we soaked those in hot water. That's a great trick. It also keeps the smoke down or whatever else as well. So the sticks are soggy, kind of, sort of, and so they don't burn really quickly. Anytime you're using any kind of a skewered something, whether from chicken or lamb or whatever else, it's a great trick to do the skewers themselves. Again, we're just making sure we're trying to keep the smoke down for the most part as well. We're going to cook these about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. We've gotten this thing nice and hot, and we're going to jump right in. We want to cook the shrimps about 3 minutes or so on each side. We'll cook them slightly underdone. They'll carry over cook as they go along. Just because we take them off of the grill or the stove or wherever else doesn't mean they just stop. So we want to make sure that we cook them slightly under, and they'll carry the rest of the way till they're perfectly done. So again, a couple 3 minutes on each side. We'll flip them, and away we go. Imagine for a moment the shrimp itself is just this great big muscle. And so as we apply heat to it, it constricts and gets tighter and tighter and tighter. The more wound it becomes into itself, the more overdone or more done it's. So that's why we're watching that, not only just the color itself, that pinkish, peachish kind of color that goes with it, like that. That helps us understand where it's at as well. So again, we're trying to have this just perfectly cooked, so it's still slightly underdone. Perfect. So I'm going to turn the power off now. They're basically ready to go. Again, we know they're going to carry over cook a little bit some. So we're looking to see they're not too tightly around each other. And that's what we're looking for, something just like that, slightly a little bit opaque. Now we'll allow these to cool down for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, something like that, before we toss the salad and then put them around the bowl itself. Otherwise, beautiful basil marinated shrimp with the Acme seasoned salt mix. Okay, guess what? It's time to plate the salad, the shrimp salad. So we have these skewered up shrimp. We're going to pull those off. Have those ready to go. Have all our ingredients alongside. We have a charred tomato vinaigrette that we'll have on the website for you to look at. Goes really well with all the flavors here of the corn. Also as well, we have grilled corn. Just cut off the cob right there. We're going to put a little of that in there. Some diced tomato, or excuse me, grape tomatoes that we've halved. And some of those grilled bread croutons. And then we'll do just a little more dressing just to cover some of that up to get all those flavors going. And with this, we're just going to toss the salad to mix all those flavors together. We're looking to see to make sure there's enough vinaigrette dressing on the lettuce itself as well. That's a big deal as well. I like to actually not put a lot of these condiments inside. This should go on the top so that presentation-wise it looks really nice. A lot of times when you're putting these things onto the salad and doing a hand toss like this, it all sinks to the bottom. What we want is to make sure we have a nice layer of everything, all the condiments that go with that salad. So that looks really good. A nice handful of greens. Love building the flavors up and making this food tall. I love that part of it. Looks really nice. We're good there. And then we'll just go through and we're gonna add some more garnish around itself to balance the flavors before we put the shrimp on and serve it. More tomatoes here. All right, we'll lift some shrimp and some shrimp around. Okay, so here we are, grilled shrimp salad with a basil marinated shrimp, the mixed greens, charred tomato vinaigrette. We have the grilled corn that goes with that as well, the grape tomatoes, and then the grilled bread croutons that go with that. A beautiful accompaniment, lots of great flavors going on there with the Acme seasoned salt mix as well. Enjoy it for wintertime, summertime, whatever you like. Enjoy.